Here we go again. Joao Pedro has become the 18th forward to sign for Chelsea in just over 3 years under their current owners. He joins from Brighton in a deal worth £60 million, taking their total spending on attackers in that period to £560 million. And the 23-year-old could go straight into the squad for Chelsea's Club World Cup quarter-final with Palmeiras on Saturday in Philadelphia. Typically, for a Blues signing, Joao Pedro has signed a long contract, 8 years. Although the club can no longer spread the cost of his transfer over the length of the deal after that loophole was closed by the Premier League. The Fluminense youth product scored 30 goals in 70 games for Brighton after joining from Watford in 2023 for just under £30 million, which at the time was a club record fee. "Everyone knows this is a big club with a great history," he said. "They had brilliant players in the past and have brilliant players now, so I am excited to join. And you know, when you are a Chelsea player, you must think one thing: win." Brighton head coach Fabian Herzler said it was a good move for all parties. "It's an excellent deal for the club and a good return on a significant investment in an area of the pitch where we have a lot of competition and are already well served in terms of our attacking talent," he added. It's also an exciting move for Joao. It gives him the opportunity to play Champions League football this coming season, and he will of course be keen to cement his position in the Brazil team before the World Cup next summer. Chelsea's spending looks set to rise further. They have had a £55 million bid for English winger Jamie Gittens, 20, accepted by Borussia Dortmund. Why are Chelsea signing so many forwards? Goes through, they will have added Gittens, Joao Pedro, and Liam Delap to an already strong attack featuring Cole Palmer, Nicholas Jackson, Pedro Neto, Noni Madueke, Christopher Nkunku, Mark Guiu, and Tyreek George. Estevão Willian is also joining the club after the Club World Cup as he prepares to face Chelsea with Palmeiras on Sunday. It might feel as though Chelsea are almost doing deals just for the sake of it, but there is a specific plan. The signing of Joao Pedro is expected to add competition for the number 9 and 10 positions, with Nkunku expected to leave. Gittens will come in as a left winger and replace Jadon Sancho after his loan spell from Manchester United was not made permanent. It's also worth noting Mykhailo Mudryk remains provisionally suspended for a failed drugs test. Delap comes in to add competition for Jackson in the number 9 position, with Chelsea having looked short up front last season. Chelsea are not forcing any of the players in their Club World Cup squad out, but could accept substantial offers for Madueke or Jackson, who are not deemed untouchable like Palmer is at Stamford Bridge. It's worth noting Chelsea have 8 attackers for 4 forward positions, but we haven't mentioned the likes of midfielders Enzo Fernandez and Andre Santos, who often play as number 10s as well. The prospect of loaning out Guiu and George, both 19, remains open. They played a substantial part in last season's Conference League campaign, but Chelsea need to strengthen the squad now they are back in the Champions League. The likes of exiled attackers Raheem Sterling, Joao Felix, and Armando Broja remain at the club and are available for sale. How can Chelsea afford to keep spending? Chelsea's deal for Joao Pedro takes their spending on initial transfer fees to £1.32 billion in 7 transfer windows, including this one, under their current ownership. The expected arrival of Gittens would mean the club's outlay surpasses £1.5 billion in 3 years, once you include potential add-ons and Joao Felix's loan fee. Even taking into account sales, their net spend is £1.07 billion. Chelsea's gross and net spends were the most in the Premier League in their first 3 transfer windows under the current owners. The club have been quiet in the past 2 winters, but spent the most again last summer, though their net spend was only the 7th highest, and are on course to be the Premier League's biggest spenders once more ahead of the new season. More than £560 million, or 43%, of Chelsea's spending on guaranteed fees has been on 18 attacking players. 13 of those have made their debut for the Blues, with mixed returns so far. By buying younger players on lower wages and spreading the payments over long-term contracts, Chelsea's strategy is to unearth new stars and sell on unwanted talent for a profit. But their ability to further bolster their ranks may be determined by the Premier League's response to the sale of their women's team to parent company Blueco for £198.7 million, a process that put the wider business into profit. This move gave them headroom under the Premier League spending rules, while Chelsea's finances are also being boosted by playing in next season's Champions League and the Club World Cup run. Joao Pedro is exactly what Chelsea need. Expert analysis, Edu Rubio, former West Ham, Crystal Palace, and Wolves coach. Some may wonder why this signing, but for me, Joao Pedro is exactly what Chelsea need. He also falls into the category of young player with potential to bring more revenue in a future sale, of course. But he is Premier League tested and proven. He is not a gamble. He can come short, hold the ball, and link up play to help the team with their attacks. He can offer Liam Delap space for forward runs, which will stretch the opposition and offer Chelsea more pockets and options in the final third. Joao offers more of a much-needed presence in that final build-up than Nicholas Jackson. His ideal position is striker, but he can also play as a false nine and offers Enzo Maresca more options. His work off the ball and physicality will also support the style and DNA that Maresca is looking to build on in his second year at the helm. Joao's stats in penalty kicks, assists, and open play goals are also impressive. He definitely brings a new game dimension to Chelsea. He has not gone past 11 league goals in a season, so there might be a question mark there. Can he become a top player now that he is in a Champions League team? Chelsea's fixtures for the 2025-26 season were released this morning, and you can see the full list below. Fans should be aware the initial fixture list is subject to change, with potential rescheduling due to European fixtures, cup matches, or games being selected for television broadcast. The only kickoff day and time which has been officially confirmed is our opening day match, as it has been selected for television broadcast. The Blues will kick off our 2025-26 season on Sunday, 17th August, when we welcome London rivals Crystal Palace to Stamford Bridge for a 2 p.m. kickoff, with the match being shown live on Sky Sports in the UK. Crystal Palace finished the 2024-25 campaign in 12th, but are set to play in a major European competition for the first time in their history next season after winning the FA Cup, although which tournament is unclear as they currently await an appeal with UEFA due to rules around multi-club ownership. The Blues start the season with 4 London derbies on the bounce, as we travel to West Ham United the following weekend, welcome Fulham on the weekend of 30 to 31 August, and then following the first international window of the campaign, travel to Brentford on the weekend of 13 to 14th September. The festive fixtures are always one of the highlights of the English football calendar, and according to the list provided by the Premier League, Chelsea are scheduled to welcome Aston Villa on Saturday, 27th December, and Bournemouth on Tuesday, 30th December, with a trip to Manchester City penciled in for Saturday, the 3rd January. As with all fixtures, this is subject to change, and the games slated for December 27th are often changed to Boxing Day as part of TV selection. Enzo Maresca's men will then conclude our Premier League campaign with a trip to newly promoted Sunderland on Sunday, 24th May. Chelsea qualified for the Champions League next season following our 4th-place finish, and our European campaign will get underway across the week of 16 to 18th September. Latest Chelsea transfer news, as reports suggest, the Blues have held talks with Randal Kolo Muani, plus Bayern Munich are said to be targeting Jamie Gittins. The transfer window is heating up, and Chelsea's Premier League rivals are already strengthening their ranks. Top-flight champions Liverpool have just shattered their club record transfer fee with the arrival of Florian Wirtz, while the Blues continue their efforts in the Club World Cup. Enzo Maresca's side have learned their Premier League schedule, and their campaign gets underway against the FA Cup holders, Crystal Palace. But their efforts in the United States may come to an end if results go against them, and they lose to Esperance. Liam Delap is one of their high-profile arrivals at Stamford Bridge this summer, joining for $30 million on the eve of the tournament alongside Dario Esugo and Mamadou Sarr. The transfer window reopened last week, and while Chelsea's focus has been on the events in the USA, that hasn't stopped rumors surrounding the activity in West London. Bayern Munich rival Chelsea for attacking hotshot. According to Fichayes, Bayern Munich have joined the race to sign Borussia Dortmund attacker Jamie Gittins. The English prospect has captured the attention of Chelsea, who tried to test the Bundesliga club's resolve prior to the tournament. However, Dortmund stood firm, leaving the Blues with limited options in wide areas. Gittins' future at Signal Iduna Park looks uncertain, with reports elsewhere suggesting that he has already, verbally, agreed a contract in West London. However, the outlet has now claimed that Bayern are looking to the winger as an alternative after seemingly losing out on Nico Williams, who is reportedly on the verge of making the move to Barcelona. Football. London says Bayern Munich are increasing their pursuit of attacking options, especially after losing out on Florian Wirtz to Liverpool. It comes as no surprise that they are looking to sign Gittins following reports that Bayern are looking at Luis Diaz and Cody Gakpo. Chelsea have earmarked Gittins as an option and would not wish to pursue an option, only to miss out weeks later. Randal Kolo Muani talks emerge amid Chelsea call. In a report from L'Equipe, Chelsea are reportedly tracking Paris Saint-Germain striker Randal Kolo Muani. It remains to be seen whether the France player has a future with the Champions League holders after spending time on loan at Juventus this season. The outlet has suggested that talks have been opened over the 26-year-old after a successful short-term period with the Serie A club. Juve are reportedly keen on making the move permanent, but face competition from Chelsea, who would have undoubtedly been impressed by his showing in the Club World Cup after his brace helped the Italian club past Al Ain. There is no mention of a specific price tag, but reports have emerged in light of doubts that have been cast over Chelsea striker Nicholas Jackson.